Hey there, beautiful souls. I wanted to talk about this current super full moon that we have going on in Taurus. And this was presented to me a few days ago as absolute anger, frustration, and rage. So when I get that sense in my body, this irritation, this kind of angst, I know that movement is really good for me. So I went and got onto the cross trainer, and what that showed me, so because movement is really good for the liver to move the anger where it sits, which is in the liver. And I could feel this collective rage that was coming out of me. And it was, now if I'd recorded this video then, this whole thing would have been F chuffing. You wouldn't have got much more than an effing going through it. So it was so much anger, so much rage, but rage at the injustice, at how females have been suppressed in sexuality, sensuality, in voice, in freedom. And it was like the feminine, the Mother Earth, the feminine rising goddess coming up and literally in fire going enough. And this is interesting, comes up quite a lot when the planet Aldebaron is in play. And I was quizzing, wondering if that was around lately. And funny enough, I've just seen a picture today with it sitting within Taurus, with Uranus as well, with the moon, and it's all coming into play. And full moon is all about releasing, it's about letting go, it's about bringing light to the shadows to be healed. And consciously, rage is very purifying. I see it like fire, it's like the alchemist. If we can bring fire in with pure consciousness and awareness, it can be very healing. If we allow rage to come through without consciousness, it just continues the cycle, the pattern of victim, martyr, perpetrator that just keeps bashing from one side to the next. And the rage that was coming up was all about pro-life in America. And it was, how could people start dictating to others, to women, what they do with their bodies? And I understand there needs to be a time limit for an abortion to happen. I understand that makes total sense. However, what the message was coming up was how these hypocritical MFs probably are pro-life and want to take away rights from women, yet they will stand and fight for as much as they can for their right to have guns. That isn't pro-life, having a gun. And it was just the hypocrisy that sits all within that. I mean, I'm not there. I'm not in America really experiencing this, but I could feel that absolute rage coming up. And then it was shown how religion would stop women not being able to take any form of contraception. And so she can't choose to stop having children. If she gets pregnant, she can't move the body, have the abortion. It was just completely all man telling women what they can do with their body and what they can't do. They have no voice. And this is very deep. This goes thousands of years. Women have had to manage this and put up with this. And it's blocked women's sexuality, her sensuality, her freedom to be whoever she wants to be, because the fear of being pregnant, the shame that would have been being pregnant at some point. You would have been put into mental health wards just because you fell pregnant. It's absolutely disgusting how women have been treated and still get treated. You get young girls having their clitoris mutilated off them so they can't pleasure. You know, it's absolutely disgusting. And this rage was really coming up. So I can And I felt it really viscerally through my body moving through. This is what I do. I can feel it when I connect into it. I can see what's coming up collectively. And this is one thing that I won't be surprised will be a litmus paper. We're going to see some form of inflammation hugely over this. And I think what we need to recognize is energy attracts energy. So we can't, if we want changes, we don't meet it with fight, because all we get is fight back. We have to raise that bar and come from love, fire of love. Okay. And it's not fighting against something, it's actually just making it happen. And so this feels like the energies that are coming through. So if this resonates with you, any women that have experienced trauma, recognize that this will be coming up for you. And even if you can't consciously connect to that because it's not been your experience, you will be carrying it through your body, because ancestral trauma carries through, they say, now up to 50 generations. I actually believe it happens to whenever it began. So this is really important, to have space for yourself to allow this to process. Men will feel this too, but I think women will feel it even deeper because of the abuse that's happened through. Men might feel it more as the shame of it, the embarrassment of it, of being male. And all of this can be turned around to step up. And this is when Aldebaron came for me back when in Sardinia, and she was literally calling it out to show the masculine exactly what has happened, what they have done to the feminine. And not into a matter of shaming and you must shrink back and be ashamed. It was more about see it for what has happened, for women to the earth. Look what has been raped and abused, and step up into your true power, into your masculine power. Find your voice and protect. And this isn't about controlling, this is about equality, this is about justice. So yeah, I just wanted to share that with you, and let's see what unfolds. And I would say, to manage this more gracefully for self, just make sure you create space. If you're feeling that irritation, if you're feeling that nervous energy, find space, find restoration. We're in the Northern Hemisphere, we're coming into winter. This is totally natural for us to do, so we need to recognize and do less to enable our bodies to be healthy, to enable ourselves to come out the fight flight and see more things from a higher perspective, to choose love rather than fear, to not repeat these patterns. Okay, so no doubt I will give touch base with more about this, but just recognize this may happen for you, and bring movement, bring meditation into this to help you shift it through your body. All right, so lots of love. Take care.